Good day, everyone. I'm the Anarchist, and welcome back to my survival series. So, the last time we were going, we got this whole starter base going, or got this starter base up and going, with five windmills. Ooh, talking's hard. Uh, five windmills on this pillar, a basic assembler, basic refinery, and a cargo container. And that's all for right now. I still have my survival kit on there, my O2H2 gen, all that stuff. But as you might recall from the end of the last episode, I'm just about out of hydrogen. So that's got to be our number one priority for today. And I believe the mountain that I had seen was over in that direction. So, it's a bit too far to make a rover. So I guess we're going to have to make a flyer. Let me go ahead and grab some steel plate. I'm gonna put a rotor on my hotbar. This way I can build it up at the same time as charging any batteries that I put on it. Got that tip from my friend Orshana. Never really did that before myself, and I kind of regretted it. Because I always ended up having to attach my stuff almost right away just to get it charged up. Let me just do this. Ooh. Ah. Ooh, that's a doggo. I was wondering when we were going to start to see those. Ooh, that scared me a bit. Nice. I like that. I like the challenge. Alright. Large steel tubes. Let me. Ooh, right there. Just get 10. There we go. There we go. That should be good. Now. Okay. So. I'm probably going to have that be the back of the flyer. And then I'm going to build out towards the front. I'm wondering what I want exactly on this flyer. I know I want a cargo container of some type, some sort. More than likely going to be a medium cargo container. Large would probably be a bit much right now. Um, yeah, I'm going to go with medium. With our 10 times inventory size, it's going to be a bit much having the large cargo container. So just sticking to the medium is going to be more than fine for right now. Alright. This is going to require interior plates. Right there. Okay. And there's a port down. I could make this so that it's able to have um, all the components pass through it. Sorry, I'm having brain farts. I can make it so that all the components pass through, or I can make it so that just ores will pass through, because that small port on top will let a few of the components through, but there's some components which are bigger than the other ones that won't pass through those small ports, but everything will pass through that large port. So I'm thinking about whether I want this to be plumbed for everything or just ores. You know what? I'll have it plumbed just for ores. There we go. Alright. And let's see. Ooh, connector. Do I not have that unlocked? I probably don't. Where is that at? Gotta build conveyors. Okay, that's easy enough. Woo. Okay. Okay, I can't reach in there quite as easy as I had hoped. Out of my way, please. That works. Hey. And that's now a separate grid. Thank you. Okay. Now I should be able to do the conveyors. Or connectors, not conveyors. Okay. Right, like that. So at least this one would be able to hold large components. This one would too. I would just have to directly place them in. Alright. And from here, what do I want? Go over to small blocks, kind of give me a toned down menu, that way I can easily decide. I didn't know collectors were small grid as well. Huh. Actually, that might be new. I think that's new. Get that out of there. Yeah, I'll do one of those just in case. And with that, where's the antenna at? I probably don't have it unlocked. Makes sense. Okay, grab my drills, because I'm going to put those on here. I'm not going to use this, but I will use this, I believe. Yeah. This is pretty much the same as this, but the two ports that are on the back of this for the O2 and hydrogen are up closer to the top. This is a four. I'll just give you a demonstration. So this is a 4 tall block. Those cargo containers are 3 by 3. So this is a 4 by 4, and those two ports are on the very top. Now with this, it's a 3x3, and its ports are in the middle. I like that more. I don't like having to either have my cockpit put really low or having to build my conveyors to go up to the ports. So, another thing I need is an O2 generator. This way I can easily get um, some hydrogen. Say if I don't have bottles, I can just hop into my miner and refill with that. Or, with this large port on back, I can just put my bottles in and fill them up easily. So my question, or the question is, how do I want to do this? You know what? I'm going to use this one. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Yeah. This will make it a bit easier on myself. Because now... No, I don't want the large small grid conveyors. I want the small grid conveyors. There we go. And somehow I had just about all the parts. Alright. So now with those two placed... Oh, wrong button. I can get that down. And then... that one. So now that's fully conveyed throughout. So any ice that comes in through the front port can be pulled out through here. And vice versa. If any ice is in this system, it can come in through here, go into my generator, and then come into the cockpit so that I can get refilled. Same goes for any ores. Since I'm going to be mining with this thing, it'll be able to plumb the ores all the way through the cockpit, the O2H2 generator, through these conveyors, into this cargo container, down through this connector, and into the base once I get a connector on it. Which I'll probably put the connector on top of that. So right about there. Now, for right now, I'm just going to keep this as a simple miner. I normally go kind of extravagant with my miners. I don't like building small, but with having limited resources, I suppose I should. Alright. Okay. Alrighty. Small steel tubes is going to be a problem there. And displays are going to be the problems there. Really? Okay. Alright. So to put the um, required items into production for what I needed to build this, I did um, shift middle click after I had right clicked on that and that. It also did those displays for these, so I suppose I can get those back on there. All components successfully withdrawn. Okay. Ooh. You lie. You dirty little liar. The game does like to do that sometimes, where it'll say that you've pulled out all of your required resources and you haven't. It'll kind of skip some things. It tends to get on my nerves and about anyone that I know's nerves, but that's just kind of how the game has been. Something that we've learned to live with. So now I'm going to put a couple of gyros on this thing. I don't want too many, because these will make me whip around. The more you have, the faster you'll whip around. Oop, so I put these on my build planner, making sure, okay. There we go. 2 might be overkill already, seeing as this is going to be a very small craft. Now, let's see what it takes to unlock that antenna. Needs me to make a beacon. I can do that. Just like that. That's one of the good things about these survival kits, or these default respawn pods. They have a good amount of stuff that you can grind down and weld back up to unlock new things. So I do appreciate the fact that Keen has allowed us that ability. It's kind of like you're reverse engineering the tech. Alright. There we go. Now I'm putting this antenna on it. That way I can also put on that remote control block. That remote control block will allow me to take control of this ship if I ever need to, due to it either getting away from me or me dying or something like that. Or if, say I just need to move it out of the way so I can put another ship in its place. It's helpful for that as well. And there we go. Now, for power. power is always going to be a bit of an issue because you're gonna have to recharge these batteries always. If you have reactors, you're always gonna have to make sure you have enough uranium. If you have solar panels, they can only charge during the day. You can't use wind turbines unless it's on a static grid. Power is always an issue. It's always something to want to keep an eye on. Because if it's not your base running out of power, it's probably going to be one of your ships or yourself. Couldn't have timed that any better. Once I can get my health recharged, I can continue. Alright, I was working on batteries, okay. Got those all on. Now this should definitely be more than enough power to do what I want to do with this ship. It's just a matter of getting all the power cells into production. There we go. Let me... I don't know what I just canceled. Oh, probably those. And then say 1,000 steel plates for now. You're always going to need them. There's one. And looks like I'm already empty. Yep. Let's see what this gets me. There we go. I don't have enough for this one. Nope. Oh, looks like I should have all the components. And I do. Now, I'm going to need more steel plates. There we go. Because now I have to do the thrusters. And as I've said before, I always go for that little plus symbol on the block type that I'm going for. Such as this one, it'll swap between that type of battery and that one. The small battery is a really tiny battery for small grid only. It does not hold a lot of power. Great for backup power, not so great for sustained. This is great for sustained power. With the thrusters, they contain both the large and small thrusters for both large and small grid. Same with these ones. And if I had the hydrogen ones unlocked, it would be the same for those. So, I'm just going to put 2 on here. That should definitely be more than enough. Oop, got stuck there for a second. Now I'm gonna be putting a good amount of backwards thrusters because I don't want to be flying home and accidentally slam into my tower and destroy this ship or the tower. Would definitely be a no bueno situation right there. But at the same time, I'm going to be putting plenty of or forward thrust on this. Now all we need is our side to side. Which I could stick right here. And I generally do 3 side to side. I don't really see much need for more, especially with a ship this size. It's never gonna really be heavy enough or strafing too much, and if it is, then I can easily just do that with it and have these big thrusters stop that uh, direction of travel. I need to stop using my hydrogen so much. Alright. That should be about 8. There we go. What are we missing? Everything. Okay, well, in the meantime, I can do that. That works. When your assembler is running, then and you're trying to go down in your production queue, it won't let you, especially with something processing that fast. But if you were to turn it off, which it would look like this essentially, only it would say disabled below my cursor, you can easily just stack all your stuff just by left clicking and dragging and dropping. Alrighty, I'm back and I've gotten all my materials. Now, the materials that I have are just for these right here. I don't know what all I'm gonna need for the rest of them, and I need steel plate. Okay. And this might end up needing more than I can get. Oop, stuck under a thruster. Because we are completely out of ice. I ran out of hydrogen in my bottle. And not sure what have. I'll have to kind of do some weird spiral down next time, unless we get some ice. Which wouldn't be bad. Would be a good way to demonstrate how to do that. But it does also suck. Come on. This is just kind of showing the grind of what it is like. But this episode's not going to be over until I get a flyer. Now, I'll probably be cutting some of this out, but at the same time, there's a lot of useful information that I'm trying to get across. I might not be getting it across very well because I'm not the greatest at explaining, but I'm trying. Now, if I can just get all these thrusters done, that would be great. There. Oh, interesting. I did not realize that I had already put materials in that one. Alright. Okay. Yep, that's my build planner empty. Go ahead and empty everything out. Alright. Okay. Now that'll take a bit to get done. But in the meantime, aha, I can reach that without having to jump multiple times. That's nice. Alright. In the meantime, I can kind of get in here. Ooh, lights is a good idea. Hmm. I don't have lights on my bars, so I'm gonna need steel plate. There we go. Now, these aren't going to burn these. These are a little bit too far away for that. But if they were, say, right here or here, then yeah, those would destroy them. But luckily, they're not. That's one thing off my list. Two. Nice. Most of them. And that's all. That is amazing. Okay. That's all that. Alrighty. Now we've officially got our flyer. Go ahead and set all of those to recharge. Set those to be in a group called Miner Bats. That lets me go in here to groups, drag that down to here, and click recharge on and off, which will easily allow me to, after I've connected to the station, just set all my batteries to recharge instead of having to go into the terminal and doing it every time. Now I could do these spotlights individually. I'm not going to. I'm going to end up grouping those together. But for right now, okay, I'm going to go ahead and get a connector on this base for this. Ooh. Then I'm going to get it nicely connected up. Now the nice thing about blocks like this, the skeletons, you can pull stuff through. As long as you see that yellow outline, that means you can access the inventory. So even though this block is here, it's not interfering with my ability to access the block below it until I do this. But now it's able to be accessed. Alrighty. Alright. Time for the test. Oh, they're recharging. Oops. Okay. Alright. Now I'm taking the connector that's on the bottom of my ship and I just dragged it right down to the 4 and selected switch lock right here. This allows me to come up here hit 4 and it just switches the lock automatically, connecting me to the point where I can now hit 9 for my batteries to recharge and not worry about it. It also lets me easily disconnect. If I wasn't to do that, then I would have to hit K, go to my connector, and then scroll down until I saw this, which then I would hit that, back out. That's a lot of stuff that needs hidden. Then I would go all the way to my batteries, select all of those, set those to recharge, and then I would be done. So, that being said, seeing as we have a flyer up and running, next episode we're going to take a bit of a trip. We're going to go find some ice and mine it up. Until next time, I've been the Anarchist. Have a good one.